As Vice President of Agricultural Administration and Dean of the College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences, and on behalf of our entire college, I want to welcome you as we recognize our 2023 CFAES Distinguished Seniors and congratulate them on their accomplishments. The Distinguished Senior Award honors academic, disciplinary, and professional excellence in CFAES. It is the most prestigious undergraduate award in our college, recognizing our top graduating seniors each year from all of our academic units on the Columbus campus. Today, we recognize the diverse accomplishments of these students and the pride and excitement they bring to our college and our work. I'd like to highlight our purpose at CFAES. It's simple and fundamental. We sustain life. This powerful and life-giving message has woven itself through our history and through thousands of graduates who've gone out into the world, bringing our purpose to life. It represents our heritage, but even more so, our most cherished hopes. It's our core identity to foster that which serves and sustains life, and so we encourage the desire to understand, to question, and to help find solutions to increasingly complex problems. Within our college, we celebrate persistence, service, dedication, and those who reach out to build not just solutions, but relationships. At the center of our college and its purpose are our students. We are committed to a student-first philosophy, and throughout the entire college, we strive to ensure the learning, success, health, and well-being of students are always our highest priority. We not only invest in our students to prepare them academically, but we drive to equip our students to be the next generation of leaders to address the future needs of society. CFAES Distinguished Seniors are selected based on excellence in the areas of research and innovation, rising above challenges, service and involvement, epitomizing core values of diversity, equity, inclusion, and integrity, influence, and leadership, and academics and scholarship. While each of them excels across multiple areas, for tonight's program, we've asked them to share from their undergraduate experience in one of these areas. Now, let's meet the 2023 CFAES Distinguished Seniors.
My name is Corey Lee, and I'm from Marysville, Ohio, and I'm studying sustainable plant systems with a specialization in agronomy.
My name is Mary Kate Renewley. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and my major is environmental science.
My name's Shane Allen. My hometown's Grove City, Ohio, and my major is plant pathology.
My name is Ariana McGuire, and my hometown is Mansfield, Ohio, and my major is Forest, Fisheries, and Wildlife with a specialization with honors.
My name is Celeste Miller, and my hometown is New Franklin, Ohio. My major is Food Science and Technology.
I chose Ohio State and CFAES, not only because it's a family tradition for me, because I'm a fourth-generation Buckeye, but I also got to see both of my older sisters go through CFAES and got to see the experiences that they had both in and out of the classroom. And I really just was excited for the opportunities that Ohio State had to offer. I chose my major because I was involved in 4-H and FFA in high school, and seeing all of the agricultural science and also growing up on my family farm, I knew I wanted to go back and help farmers make the best decisions that they can for their farm. So agronomy was the perfect major for that. The experience that I found the most rewarding was working with the Ohio State Digital Ag team and putting together the annual eFields report. So I really enjoyed getting to meet with all the extension educators from across the state and getting to work with the trials that they put together and then extending that information out to industry professionals and farmers. The experience that has provided me with the greatest sense of success is being involved with the Crops and Soils Club here at Ohio State. So getting to be president and serve as an officer for the club, and also getting to travel both to Salt Lake City and Baltimore over the past couple of years, I've really been able to make those connections with my peers that have similar interests as mine, and also getting to compete in the crops judging team. So we did pretty well this year, and I actually ended up placing 5th. So it's really great to see those skills that I learned in the classroom kind of come to fruition, and also getting to compete with my friends. To me, being a Buckeye is a lot more than just cheering on the Buckeyes in the shoe on a Saturday in the fall. It's having a family and a home away from home, and knowing that wherever you go, you can yell out OH and get an IO in response.
I have always liked the idea of having a big school that has both academics and sports and social components, and OSU had everything that I was looking for. I chose CFAES because I love their emphasis on the natural resources and appreciating the things around you. I picked environmental science because I love being outdoors and in the environment, and it's a great combination of science and social sciences and being able to do the things that I love. An experience I enjoyed the most would be my time at Stone Lab. I was up there for 2 months doing research every day. I was doing exactly what I hope to be doing in the future and exactly what I want to be doing for my career. So it was a really great opportunity for me to see what I hope my future will look like. Being a Buckeye means that you have all the resources that you could ever think of at your fingertips. After I graduate, I will be going to graduate school. I'm not sure where yet, and I will hope to continue on to do research in a government agency.
I picked Ohio State because I was raised in Ohio and it was in my back door, and they offered opportunities that other schools in the state couldn't. I picked my major initially because I was a microbiology major, but at the time I didn't like the program, and I saw plant pathology as a way to do the same thing but apply it to something that I was more passionate about. I'm more passionate about helping nature and providing better ecosystems for the future. The most rewarding experience I've had in my undergraduate career is field work. It's a way to kind of take what I've learned from classes and then apply it, and then being out in nature with coworkers and having a good time collecting samples, and then getting to bring it back into the lab and do something with it that can help the forest and ecosystems later in the future is really rewarding to me. To be a Buckeye, I think it means being part of a community. I don't think I would have succeeded as much as I did if I didn't have the support group that OSU's provided me, and without that, I don't think that anyone can really be a Buckeye.
I originally came to pick Ohio State because I was really interested in their zoology program, as well as how many research opportunities there were, and as also how many opportunities there were to get involved with student orgs. However, once I started my freshman year, I found out about the forest fisheries and wildlife major, and I was really interested in the hands-on component and the more practical application. So I joined SUNR, CFAES, and I'm really happy with that decision because I think it was a lot of a better fit for me. Something I found really rewarding was actually getting involved in student orgs. I'm currently the president of Terra Aqua, and I've been doing that for about a year. So that has been really rewarding, just connecting with other students, connecting with industry professionals, environmental professionals, and asking them to speak at the club has been a really great experience. I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot of leadership skills, and it's been really great to, just interact with people in our SUNR community. I think the experience that's provided me with the greatest amount of success is joining the honors program and working on my undergraduate honors thesis. I'm currently working with zebrafish, and I'm hoping to wrap that project up in the summer, and I'm really excited about that. To me, what it means to be a Buckeye is to be part of a larger, really diverse community that can be found, all across the United States and even across the world. And it's really great to have that sense of community and just know that people are, I try to look out for my fellow Buckeyes and hope that they're looking out for me too.
I chose Ohio State because it's actually the only university in Ohio that has a food science program, and I wasn't really looking to move out of state. Food is just kind of my passion. I've always been really interested in the science behind product development and just food and health, so that's really why I picked food science. Definitely undergraduate research has been the best experience and most rewarding. I was able to complete a undergraduate research project and present my research. That was definitely the most rewarding thing I've done as an undergrad, to be able to present a full, complete project to the university. So in fall of 2022, I actually finished with a 4.0, and that was really huge for me. As a college student, college classes are much harder than previous education, so that was a big accomplishment for me. The community in my major alone is just incredible, let alone the college and the university. So, and I mean, even the community at sports events. So I think that's a big thing.
My name is Cassidy Brozovich, and I'm from Warren, Ohio, and I'm majoring in food, agricultural, and biological engineering with a specialization in ecological engineering.
My name is Spencer Logan. I'm from Cortland, Ohio, and my major is agricultural systems management.
My name is Haley Milliron. I'm from Springfield, Ohio, and I'm majoring in agri-science education.
My name's Cam Rich. I'm from Dublin, Ohio, so right around Columbus, and my major is food science and technology.
I chose to go to Ohio State because I wanted to go to a big university with lots of opportunities, and Ohio State doesn't fall short in that area at all. And research was really important to me, and that's something I really wanted to explore a little bit more, so Ohio State just ended up being the fit after all that. I chose CFAES because it was the perfect blend between engineering and environmental sciences, so that really allowed me to explore both sides of who I am. Things I enjoyed the most during my undergraduate career was being able to be involved in so many different research labs. Starting my sophomore year, I got involved in a stormwater research lab, which really just helped me explore what research looks like and what kind of technical engineering, comes to when you're in the research side of things. And then starting my junior year, I got involved in a space research lab over in food, ag, and bioengineering. To be a Buckeye means to be open to different opportunities and meeting new people and just getting the breadth that Ohio State has to offer and be able to just take it all in and get as much out of it as you can.
I picked Ohio State because my family went here, my dad, my grandpa, and there was kind of a tradition of going to Ohio State, and I had a teacher that persuaded me to go into agricultural systems management, and it was a pretty good choice. Agriculture is what I love. I started out sleeping on the floor in the tractor with my dad, and I wanted to continue working in the agricultural field. I love the family aspect of everything about it. The most rewarding experience I've had about my undergraduate career is definitely my internship. After my freshman year at Ohio State ATI, I traveled to eastern Montana, and thanks to my good start at Ohio State, I was able to work out there for 2 summers actually, and that was pretty rewarding. The greatest accomplishment that I've had or felt is definitely getting my job, my career now that I'm going to be starting in Cargill. About 3 days into the job application process, they called me and offered me a job, and I feel like my experience out west and the education I had at Ohio State was a pretty good starter. What does it mean to be a Buckeye? It means to be with a lot of good friends, family, and people that are willing to help you anytime you need it.
I picked my major because I want to inspire students to go out and learn about agriculture. I come from an urban background, so it wasn't something I was taught in school, and I want to be able to bring that to other students. I'm currently in student teaching, and it has been the most valuable experience I could ask for. Teaching these students and getting to see what I will be doing in the future has been amazing, and not only am I teaching them new concepts, they are teaching me as well. I came into my undergraduate career wanting to minor in Spanish, and it was my goal to culturally diverse myself and learn more about the language and also be able to speak the language. So at the end of my 4 years, I can say that I am able to somewhat speak fluently, and I've learned a lot about the different cultures that exist. To be a Buckeye, it means to commit yourself to excellence, integrity, and to helping others.
I've been born and raised a Buckeye. I'm from Columbus my whole life. My father graduated here with a Bachelor in Science, and I knew I always wanted to pursue food science as a degree, and Ohio State really has a lot of great options for food science and whatever I wanted to do in my life. So I was actually diagnosed with celiac disease 10 years ago, which means I have to follow a strict gluten-free diet. And so coming into this, it was really hard for me to find a lot of gluten-free options for people like me. So that's kind of helped me pick my career path and where I want to be a food product developer, where I can help make new gluten-free snacks and beverages to help consumers have an easier time of finding like gluten-free snacks that they like and that taste good. I don't have a big agriculture background, but one thing was the size of Ohio State is pretty intimidating, and I knew I'd find a lot of comfort in the smaller size of CFAES. There's a great community there, and I've made a lot of my lifelong friends, and faculty and staff have been amazing to me. So the most rewarding experience for me is really just my involvement with the food science department. As a food science peer mentor, I've been able to usher new freshmen in to have an easier experience on campus and get acclimated to all different clubs, classes, and sheer size of campus. I've also been involved in Food Science Club, where we put on a lot of like monthly meetings, fun movie nights, trivias, and really are just a way for students to come to food science building and relax, kind of take the stress away from school. And also undergraduate research in the department. It's been a great way for me to get closer with faculty. It's helped me decide that I want to pursue my master's after graduation. And just being involved with the food science department really has brought my big Ohio State experience down to a smaller, more enjoyable, closer community within the food science department.
The breadth and depth of accomplishment by our CFAES distinguished seniors is a testament to their hard work and dedication. Equally important to each of them was the involvement of mentors to provide insight and guidance along the way. A strength of our college is the number of faculty and staff mentors who are dedicated to empowering students to reach their academic and career goals. Let's hear from a couple of this year's mentors as they speak about the importance of mentoring to the educational experience in the college.
So when we're looking for students for Distinguished Senior Award, we're really looking for the students who are going above and beyond. These are the students who are excelling not only academically, but they're excelling outside the classroom. They're in leadership roles, they're finding their passion, they're taking on experiential experiences, and they're really making their mark as a student at Ohio State.
Work ethic, first and foremost. I've seen a lot of different varying levels of intelligence in my job, but the one thing that really is the most reliable predictor of success is work ethic.
I think it's a privilege to be directly involved in a student's success. It's a lot of fun to watch them grow and to see kind of the light bulbs go off when they make a connection or when they actually do connect with their passion. It's fun when you're here long enough that you're able to see how they advance through their academic career, and then they go on to make their mark as a Buckeye once they graduate. I think there's a lot of opportunities that we learn about when we're here that we're able to open up to them when they get here, so they don't have to work to figure those things out. We're able to make that available to them.
In my view, it's if you get to know the student and you get to know them well, then it's much easier to advise because you know their interests and maybe struggles they might be having as well. So I think that's the best thing. If you're involved, you know them, then you can see personal development, but also the ultimate goal of earning a degree.
I think a good mentor is somebody that is going to engage with the student and try and find out, just be there as a listening ear, find out what that student's looking for and try and make connections with them throughout the department, the college, and the university.
I often use stories from my past, good and bad. You know, Here's a scenario where work ethic, sticking with things, even though they got difficult, paid off for me. And then also mistakes I've made. I think once I do that and they see the human element of it, then I'm not expecting them to be some kind of robot that never makes an error. They're real people.
I think it's exciting to watch these students grow and learn in their collegiate career, because when they graduate, we're pretty confident that they are going to make their mark as Buckeyes, and it's nice to see them follow their passion and make the difference that they said they were going to make when they were here learning.
My name is Isabel Delamater. I'm from Marysville, Ohio, and I'm majoring in sustainable plant systems with a specialization in plant biosciences.
My name is Faith Hagelberger. I'm originally from Minster, Ohio, and I'm here at Ohio State majoring in animal sciences.
My name is Madison Kasika. I'm from Burton, Ohio, and I'm a student in food, agricultural, and biological engineering.
I'm Allie Ott. I'm from St. Mary's, Ohio, and my major is agribusiness and applied economics. I chose Ohio State because it had the best academic programs in the state, and it also had a really great research program, and there were a lot of majors and opportunities. So I chose CFAES after taking a course that worked with a community garden and realized I was a little more interested in food systems and agriculture. The experience I found the most rewarding was working with a local community garden called the Charles Madison Neighborhood Memorial Garden. I got to work with a lot of kids that were in the garden and got to expose them to the STEM fields and teach them about growing food and also about technology and robotics in the garden, which was really rewarding. I think the experience that's provided me with the greatest sense of success has been my work with Design for 90, which is an humanitarian engineering club on campus. I'm the president of it this year, so it's been really amazing to get to lead some of the projects and help students learn some of those fundamental engineering skills. Being a Buckeye to me means having an access to a really large support network and having a lot of connections that were pre-established at Ohio State. A lot of the clubs and organizations and things like that I've participated in wouldn't have been possible without Ohio State's pre-established connections and funding. That's really allowed me to connect with people as close as within my college and as far as other countries.
I picked my major, animal sciences, because I was always really heavily involved in animal agriculture growing up, and it was something that I knew I wanted to stay really heavily involved in as I went throughout my undergrad education, and so animal sciences seemed to be the best fit. I didn't come from dairy, but I was really interested. An experience that has provided me with the greatest sense of success would be my involvement with the Intercollegiate Dairy Challenge. I didn't come up from a dairy farm, but learning that program and participating in that program with my team has really allowed me to put all the knowledge that I've learned over the last 4 years into practice, and has really shown me what I'm capable of. After graduation, I will be attending the Ohio State University College of Veterinary Medicine, plan to be a dairy production veterinarian, hopefully focusing in the genetic field and reproduction and mostly large animal on-farm work. So what I have here is a 3D printed dairy cow that one of my roommates made me, but one of its legs, half of its leg did break off, so it's a 3.5-legged cow. It's pretty representative of my undergrad career simply because I've been pretty heavily involved in dairy and dairy science. The 3.5-leggedness, it just kind of is a funny representative of going through your undergrad career. Some days you feel like you have 3.5 legs, and some days you feel like you have 4. I just think it's really representative.
I actually started out studying environmental engineering here, but then I started to think that maybe I wanted to work closer with the natural environment, so I decided to switch over to ecological engineering. Because it's something that I've always been passionate about. Ever since I was a kid, I always knew that I wanted to work with natural systems, and more specifically, as I got older, I started to realize that I wanted to work with sustainable food systems and agriculture. I would say that environmentalism is extremely important to me personally and professionally. The experience that I found the most rewarding was a class that I took last spring under Dr. Christopher Radcliffe. It was engineering for community development, and I found it really rewarding because I was able to help design and construct a rainwater harvesting system at a local garden in Columbus. I decided to volunteer my breaks to join Buckeye Serve because they had a lot of opportunities to help with environmental sustainability in other communities around the country, and that was something that I really wanted to get involved in during my time here.
The first time I stepped on campus, it felt like home. I actually was going into nursing and then decided last second to switch my major to agribusiness and applied economics because of the atmosphere that CFAES had to offer. A lot of people from my hometown were also in agribusiness and applied economics, and getting to see like the things that they do daily back home within our county just inspired me to want to be able to also give back to the farmers and help them to make financial decisions that will really impact their farms. An experience that I found the most rewarding from my undergraduate career was being able to be a part of so many different organizations and clubs within CFAES. I'm a member of the ASM Club, the Agribusiness Club, Collegiate Farm Bureau, the Ambassador Team, and many others, and I was just able to find a place here on campus, make so many friends within the clubs, and the opportunities that they've had to offer for travel and experience have been amazing. Being a Buckeye means community. The community that I've found here at Ohio State is unlike anything I've ever had before. It just wants me coming back for more, and I cannot wait to see what the community is like once I become an alumni. I know that there are so many alumni within Ohio State, and I can't wait to be a part of that.
My name is Elena McGoey. My major is Animal Sciences, and my hometown is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
My name is Liam Nigro. I am from Cleveland, Ohio, and I am studying environment, economy, development, and sustainability with a specialization in sustainability and business and a minor in creative writing.
I'm Matthew Semler. I'm from Bay Village, Ohio, and I'm a biology and entomology double major.
I'm Dante Speaker. I am from Signet, Ohio, and my major is construction systems management.
I chose Ohio State because when I visited, I got a really great energy. I didn't understand the full extent of that energy until I went to my first football game. And when I toured, I felt like CFAES was set apart from the chaoticness of Central Campus, which I really enjoyed. It felt like its own community. I felt like because Ohio State is such a big school, they had the resources for me to pursue whatever research or extracurriculars I was interested in, so I would be able to find my niche. I knew from a pretty early age that I wanted to pursue working with animals in some capacity. When I was 12 years old, I started volunteering at Glade Run Adventures, which is in Zelienople, Pennsylvania, and they provide animal-assisted therapy, mainly therapeutic horseback riding, and their target population is mainly children and young adults who have behavioral disabilities like autism. And I think some of the best moments of my life so far have been witnessing that profound impact that animals have on those individuals. What I enjoyed the most about my career here at OSU is the hands-on labs with the animals, especially working with livestock, because it reminds me of why I wanted to pursue this career in the first place. Parenting as a single mom is tough in general, but it's even more tough when I'm an out-of-state student and I don't have grandparents just to call up when I have a late lab or anything like that. So whenever I'm hitting that limit where I feel challenged just by the adversity and of being a mom, I am able to remember the greater picture, that by investing in myself with this degree, I'm also investing in my daughter, and it's going to benefit both of us.
I was a transfer student my sophomore year to Ohio State University, and I chose this program because it combined my interest of working with people in a business setting and my moral conviction to work with our climate issues. I went to a large university from a small scale one, and to put myself in a different social, academic, and regional environment challenged me, and through this, I learned self-reliance. During the spring of my junior year, I received a diagnosis of bipolar mood disorder number 2. That kind of turned everything upside down and inside out on what I thought about myself, personally and professionally. And through acknowledging this part of who I am, I had to move forward with vulnerability and trusting myself with others and trusting this new part of my identity. And through peeling back these layers of who I thought I was really able to develop a tool belt of all the people in my life that supported me, and through that I was able to become a new leader in my own life. For me, being a Buckeye is putting forth a perspective of both challenge, support in all facets of my life. This means that I like to put myself outside of my comfort zone and put myself into areas of growth, yet also know I have a community backing me at all times.
I picked Ohio State because I've wanted to go here for a really long time, since I was a kid, and I picked CFAES because I really liked the community and the teachers that I had in my classes. I initially came in with the expectation of wanting to go to medical school, and then taking an entomology course really opened my eyes to what I could do in academia and research, or maybe even policy. Overall, doubling up gave me a more broad set of skills in general, and my biochemistry and all of that is a lot more reinforced in comparison to if I were just an entomology major. I think I benefit from that. I joined Habitat for Humanity and Astronomy and Transmission clubs because each of them was kind of a unique group of people and community, and I think each of those aspects of the clubs touches on a part of me and who I am, and being a part of people or a community that shares that same idea or trait is really helpful for just being in college.
My journey to Ohio State was a bit of an unexpected one. Growing up, my parents bought all kinds of Ohio State merch for me, but we never were all that into Ohio State football or sports. When it came time to apply for colleges, I applied to Ohio State on a whim. Towards the end of the selection period, Ohio State offered me the land-grant opportunity scholarship, which is a full ride to Ohio State. And suddenly that put Ohio State right up there at the top. And I picked my major just because I thought construction was interesting. I love working with my hands. I love people. I love math. And it kind of seemed like the perfect combination of all of the above. I will say that becoming a teaching assistant for Jeff Suki has definitely been the most rewarding out of everything I've done. And that answer is twofold. One, due to the fact that I now have Jeff Suki, and I have had him for the last 3 years as such an integral part of my undergrad career. He has become a mentor of mine and a teacher, and I have learned so much from him about Ohio State, the construction industry, and life. And the other side of that comes from the opportunities that have come out of becoming a teaching assistant. I think Suki saw my potential when I joined the CSM program, and he really brought me out of my shell. And that led me to pursuing other leadership opportunities such as the CSM Club, Buckeye Serve, Our Lead, and I don't know that I would have pursued as much as I did without having that initial break.
The process for selecting CFAES Distinguished Seniors begins in the college's academic units. We spoke with a few of our nominators to give you some insight on the evaluation and selection of this year's Distinguished Seniors.
An outstanding student we consider should have outstanding academic performance and also engage in various activities that will help them grow, such as research activities in the department and also society involvement and engagement, and then professional activities be able to show their leadership.
What I look for in a student is creativity, motivation, and especially persistence, so they don't get discouraged when things don't go the right way for them.
When I nominate a student for Distinguished Senior Awards, I wanted to see that they have been a role model for our rest of the students.
A student worthy of a nomination for me is whether or not the student demonstrated creativity, curiosity, and persistence in what they do. And persistence is really a fundamental trait for students, because sticking it out is really what leads to completion and to success.
And hopefully this will be a starting point for them to continue moving forward in their career. And I hope this will be an encouragement that no matter what they do, whether it be industry, government, or academia, they will be our future leaders.
I'm Claire Meyer. I'm from Signet, Ohio, and I'm majoring in agricultural communication.
My name is Allison Sanders. I'm an animal sciences major from Springfield, Ohio.
My name is Joe Grybowski. I am from Floyd's Knobs, Indiana, and I am an animal science and nutrition major.
My name is Libby Shine. I'm from Marion, Ohio, and my major is community development and leadership.
I grew up a Buckeye. I grew up in a Scarlet and Gray household. My dad was an alumni of the college, and for as long as I can remember, I've watched Ohio State football on Saturdays, so it was kind of a no-brainer. I wanted to go into agriculture, be an advocate for farmers and different people within the industry, and Ohio State was the best choice for me. The experience that I found most rewarding in my undergraduate career was being a part of the Sigma Alpha agricultural sorority here on campus. I've held various leadership positions in the chapter, and just being able to see all of my sisters grow in their professional, their personal skills, just is one of the most rewarding things I've ever seen, just being a part of everybody's growth here at Ohio State, and it's just been an amazing experience being a part of that group. To me, what it means to be a Buckeye is tradition. That's the first thing I think about when I think of Ohio State and CFAES, Script Ohio, the Oval, anything that has to do with the Scarlet and Gray. That's always been one of the biggest things that I've had here as a student. First time I heard Carmen, Ohio, I had chills in the stadium, just listening to everybody sing it. It was a really cool experience, and I hope everybody is able to experience it at some point. I found Ohio State and CFAES through my involvement with the Ohio 4-H dog program. I started showing my dog when I was 9 years old, and I knew that I wanted to continue to learn more about animals and how to feed them. I just didn't really know how to make that possible until I started competing in science fairs as a middle schooler, and I stumbled upon the Department of Animal Sciences, and the rest is pretty much history. I picked my major because I knew that I wanted to continue to learn more about animals, especially the large ones that I couldn't fit in my backyard in downtown Springfield. And I just wanted to continue to do the research side that I grew up doing. So the experience that I've enjoyed the most has been my involvement with the Ohio State Dairy Challenge team. It's been long hours in a van and spent many hours on dairy farms evaluating every aspect of them, but I've truly found my place in the dairy industry. Even though I didn't come from that background growing up, I've learned so much about myself and so much about others in the dairy industry that it's really shown me that I have a place in dairy nutrition. And again, being a part of the Dairy Girls team has been an absolute pleasure and joy. So after graduation, I plan on pursuing a graduate degree in animal nutrition. And basically being a part of how we feed dairy cows long term and making it more sustainable for, again, the environment and for the producer, while also helping bridge the gap between animal nutrition and human nutrition to help fight food insecurity.
When I was looking for colleges, I actually wanted to go to school for physical therapy or something in human medicine. I had no idea that animal science was even an option for me. And so when I was touring and I met Mariette and other people in animal sciences, they kind of explained to me that I could do those things and pursue those passions as well as study animal science. I would get all the benefits of being in a smaller college instead of something like arts and sciences. And it kind of, I'm a big animal nerd, so that's kind of why I decided to stick with animal science, and here I am 4 years later. Last year as a junior, I was the president of the Undergraduate Student Council for the College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Sciences. I worked closely with Dean Kress and many of the other great students that were on my leadership team, the executive team, and we helped implement a lot of initiatives for students here in the college. The one that I'm the most proud of is the safety initiatives that we installed. We had some lights put on off campus. We also had some lights installed on our Midwest campus, so students that were coming on our area at night felt more safe and secure coming to classes. I'm a manager for the women's basketball team here at Ohio State, and last season we won the regular season conference championship. And as we were getting on the plane after an away game, it was our last game, and our fate was to be decided by another game that was wrapping up. And we were about to take off when we got the final score of another game, which solidified the rankings, and we won the title. And we made such a loud noise on the plane celebrating that the pilots came on the intercom and asked us if everything was all right back there. And so I won a ring that year, and so every time I look at that ring, I think of that memory, and it's really one of my favorites.
I didn't know a lot about the community leadership major coming in, but I did know that it was very broad and there was a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things. And I've had a lot of experiences in communications as well as in the community leadership, so I think knowing that it would open up a lot of opportunities to me, and also knowing that this was one of the only schools that offered that program, I thought that I would have a really unique experience in undergrad and also some pretty interesting job opportunities as well. I think one of the experiences that I enjoyed the most in my time here has been the opportunity to study abroad, which I did my freshman year. I went to Trinidad and Tobago with the first year experience study abroad group, and we got to explore a lot of developing agriculture and sustainable agriculture in those countries, and that was a really unique experience to get to know the freshman class that I was with a lot, as well as kind of understand a culture that's different from mine. And I think that it opened up my perspective to a lot of different opportunities and experiences that I've had since that time my freshman year. A big part of what we're doing is learning how to work with people who have those different experiences or perspectives. So kind of having that as a foundation in my freshman year, I was able to use it in my classes and be really intentional about the ways that I communicate with people and the ways that I engage with discussion in my classes, and hopefully we'll be able to use that in a professional career as well.
My name's Gabriella Gephardt. I'm from Pal, Ohio, and my major is food science and technology.
My name is Abby Teal, and I am from Upper Sandusky, Ohio, and my major is environment, economy, development, and sustainability.
My name is Grace Gutierrez. I am from Columbus, and my major is honors forestry, fisheries, and wildlife with research in evolution and ecology.
My name is Connor Johnson. I'm originally from Wauseon, Ohio in Fulton County, and my major is sustainable agriculture.
I'm from Central Ohio, so Ohio State was always kind of in the back of my mind. They just had so many opportunities for me here that it's a hard opportunity to pass up. So I was originally thinking about doing chemistry, but I'd always kind of had a love for food, and I wanted something that was a little bit more applied. So then landed on food science, and here I am. The experience that I found the most rewarding has probably been doing research. I started that a couple semesters ago. I was shadowing in a lab, and then I got to start my own project last semester, and just seeing how that's progressed has been awesome and really, really rewarding, and getting to be able to put something together in the form of a research poster
and then getting to present that has been really awesome. The experience that's provided me the greatest sense of success was probably being selected as a food science peer mentor as a sophomore. So basically, the food science peer mentor program is where we have some usually upperclassmen in food science who have gone through the department a little bit, are matched with incoming freshmen or transfer students. And then we kind of guide them through the department, we put on events for them, all that kind of thing. And I was selected to be one as a sophomore, which I was one of the youngest to ever be selected for that program. So that was really an honor for me. I think to be a Buckeye means to be a really well-rounded person. You have academics, you have your extracurricular activities that you do, maybe you do research, all this kind of thing. And also having a lot of school spirit for sure.
I knew that I wanted to do something related to development and community building, but I also really wanted something that's strongly related to my interest in the environment and sustainability. So when I was looking at different majors at different colleges, I ran across the Eats major at Ohio State, and it was just like unlike anything I'd ever seen before, and it was the perfect combination between my two interests. I've been really fortunate in that I've been able to fulfill a lot of different student leadership positions, and I guess for me, it's just the personal growth that I've gone through as a result of those experiences. When I look back on where I was 4 years ago and where I am now, I'm just so proud of myself and putting myself out of my comfort zone and really allowing myself to grow and learn as a student. Going into college, I knew that I just wanted to take advantage of all the opportunities offered to students here. And so for me, that meant getting involved in as much as I could on top of my academics and work. Throughout my college career, I was involved in the Net Impact Ohio State undergraduate chapter, and I helped serve as the VP of National Programming. I am also a member of the Time for Change Planning Committee, officially the Time for Change at the Ohio State University student organization. I serve student roles as the treasurer, and I'm currently the president. I'm also an ambassador for the School of Environment and Natural Resources. I've been a member of the Sustained Learning community. I wanted to take advantage of all the opportunity that's offered at this university, and I knew that to do that, I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone and really get involved as much as I could.
Born and raised in Columbus, so I remember, walks along the lake and feeding the ducks at Muir Lake. And CFAES, my first memory was looking at plants and wishing I could be with them forever. So it's been nice to have a curriculum that allows me to take classes that really help me grow as a restoration ecologist, both as a scientist and as a land manager. I chose my major because the honors program in SENR allows me to be flexible with the classes I take, and I've really enjoyed the field-based classes in SENR, as well as taking classes that focus on, research and data, as well as more applied stuff like actually going out and looking at the plants and understanding by feeling and doing. It's very rewarding to get to know a community of people who are just as passionate about learning and really value their education as much as I do. It's great to bounce around ideas with such a diverse community of people, like faculty, students, people from external partners of OSU. I've had just such amazing, enlightening discussions with people. You talk to someone, you teach them something, they teach you something, and you learn about all the amazing things going on, right at your doorstep.
So I picked Ohio State because I wanted to stay in the area after graduating with my associate's degree. I was getting married, and they say the first year of marriage is really intense, so the idea was to not make a big move quite yet. I had opened up this magazine one day from the Farm Bureau and saw an article about Dr. Ratan Lal, who had done a lot of things with international work in agricultural development, and especially soils and climate change kind of things. I thought that's what I really want to be involved in, is agriculture that feeds the world but also tries to fight climate change. Really, I think sustainable agriculture is something that we need to develop as the world to both feed the growing population and fight the biggest issues that we've got right now, which are things like climate change and soil loss. I got involved in the soil physics lab after taking a couple of classes with Dr. Law, including one in soil physics. And I really liked what I was learning and liked getting to know Dr. Law. And towards the end of the classes, he offered me to do some undergraduate research with him to start getting a feel for what it'd be like to do that long term. So this year I decided to take him up on that offer and started in the soil physics lab, where I've gotten to particularly design my own research project in which we're looking at the effects of tillage and drainage on long-term soil properties, especially carbon, because carbon sequestration is like a big thing for soils. So long-term, I want to work in international agricultural development. What that looks like exactly, I'm not sure yet. So next steps, really considering graduate school, particularly in an international context. Working on issues like breeding orphan crops, or working with soil and soil loss and quality and carbon sequestration.
Well, greetings. I'm Ann Christie, Associate Dean and Director for Academic Programs. Thank you for joining us for this presentation, recognizing the achievements of some of our very best students. One of the hallmarks of our college is an emphasis on student success. We put students first, and it's heartwarming to see it demonstrated through the accomplishments of our students. We're proud to recognize these students with a CFAES Distinguished Senior Award, and I want to offer my personal congratulations to each of our recipients, and also congratulations to the proud parents, family members, friends, and supporters. The Distinguished Senior Award is our most prestigious undergraduate award, recognizing our exceptional graduating seniors each year from all of the academic units on the Columbus campus. This award honors academic, disciplinary, and professional excellence in the College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences. As you've heard from the recipients as they shared their stories, this award honors students who exemplify the CFAES mission in the areas of academics and scholarship, research and innovation, service and involvement, and influence and leadership. These recipients have inspired us with their passion, have made impacts inside and outside of the classroom, pursued opportunities, and risen above challenges. They exemplify our core values of excellence, diversity and inclusion, and integrity. And while we honor these students for their outstanding achievements, I would be remiss if I did not recognize those who have encouraged, guided, and advised these students as they navigated their undergraduate programs. Each of us have benefited from the influence of mentors who have helped us along the way. To the faculty, staff, and administrators of the college, I want to say thank you for the investment you're making in the lives of our students. During the spring semester each year, this event is the beginning of the celebration of student season within the college as graduation draws near. And just as our student recipients are on the cusp of graduating and beginning a new phase of their lives, we want to wish them all the best for future success and remind them that the college will be here to help as they advance in their careers. Each of the students being recognized during this program are outstanding. And while they each have unique experiences, they share a common bond. Soon, they will be part of the alumni network of this college and university that spans the globe. Remember, wherever you go, the Ohio State University brand will be recognized and valued. OHIO is spoken worldwide. Again, thank you for joining us as we honor our 2023 CFAES Distinguished Senior Award recipients. And to these remarkable students, congratulations on this well-deserved recognition for all that you've accomplished during your time with us. Now, let's take one last look at all of this year's CFAES Distinguished Senior Award recipients.
Abby Teal, Allison Zander, Allie Ott, Ariana McGuire, Cam Rich, Cassidy Brozovic, Celeste Miller, Claire Meyer, Connor Johnson, Corey Lee, Dante Speaker, Elena McGoey, Faith Hagelberger, Gabriella Gephardt, Grace Gutierrez, Haley Milliron, Isabel Delamater, Joe Grybowski, Liam Nigro, Libby Stride, Madison Casica, Mary Kate Rinderly, Matthew Semler, Spencer Logan, Shane Allen,
At CFAES, we strive to sustain life, to address grand challenges facing humanity and our world on a small scale. We do that through discovery and research, education, partnership, but mostly, as is so well demonstrated today, at our college, we sustain life through the persistent efforts of each one of our people. Each of us has the opportunity to add to our common experience. We each bring unique strengths which enrich our community. I hope our distinguished seniors today create in each of us a restlessness to do better, to seek our best, and to sustain life. Congratulations. Thank you for joining us this evening. Please join me as we close our program with our tradition of the Carmen, Ohio.